concrete in terms of the goals that we are trying to achieve. So Zachary, if you don't mind, thanks.
Sure, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I missed a very energetic session,
Yes,
but I'll get the outputs from it. But before I even say anything, I just want to say that this hairstyle here, this is winning for me. I love it. So, as Devon was pointing out, the Accelerator started last year. What happened is, after the hurricanes, Prime Ministers from Grenada, St. Lucia, and Dominica came together and approached Richard Branson and said, listen, this is, we're all at risk, we're all in this together, and we need to find a solution that we can work on to help to protect the citizens of our country. So they went to Paris to President Macron's One Planet Summit, and they made an announcement that they would come together, form a coalition, and that the Caribbean would become the world's first climate smart zone. With that, they had a little search for somebody who would be silly enough to try and take on the challenge. I'm not so bright, so I ended up taking on the challenge. So I've been at this now maybe 2 months. And the primary role of the Accelerator, I would say, is to be the hub that sits in the middle to bring it all together. Okay, so we have industry experts, world-leading people who have been at it, as you said, for several decades, but for some reason, it's difficult to coordinate and bring all the efforts together. So each individual country is reaching out to the IDB, they have their little project that they want to do, and some are already in touch with World Bank and GCF and others, but there's no sort of central coordinating body in terms of the capital raising and execution. So CARICOM will sit in the middle and they will be posting things like these, getting the information together. Devon has been absolutely great. He participated in a 2-day strategic workshop that we had in Florida, and he led the energy session and gave me a list of projects, etc. But we want to know, bring it together. So there's 2 things that I can promise you. The first is I'm going to make some mistakes. Right? I'm going to get some things wrong. I'm going to choose some bad partners, maybe, hopefully not too bad. And we're going to learn as we go along. But the second thing that I can promise you is that we're going to move quickly. Okay, so we will not be the group that in 2 years from now is still doing an analysis of something. Even if we don't get it 100% right, if we're at 90% but we get it executed, we'll be very happy with that. And it's a process that will evolve and we will develop it through partnerships with you guys, right? And through conversations, and through approaching it using a breakthrough thinking mentality and mindset. So I'll give you an example. I was in Bermuda a couple of weeks ago. Never met this gentleman before, and he's never met me. So he's hearing this story for the first time. I was having a conversation with the head of the utility. We were talking about renewables ramping up. They explained they had their IRP that was done, and they have their strategy and their plan, etc. I said, okay, cool. So what is a burning issue that you guys are facing in Bermuda now? Something that the people are really, grappling with. And he said, well, as you know, in Bermuda, there's a law that families can only own 1 car, right? So small country, 60,000 people, you can only own 1 car. So everybody takes public transport or rides bicycles or mopeds or walks or whatever. And he said that one of the big issues is the public transportation sector is broken. So they have about 80 buses, which are like a old-time lorry, fancy, pretty-looking bus, but they're diesel, burning, very bad for the environment, and maybe half of them don't work regularly. The net effect of that is that school children in Bermuda are having a hard time getting to school. Because if your parents work that side, and your school is that side, and there's no bus to take you to school, that's a problem. So I said to him, well, just pie in the sky, putting it out there, which is how I operate. What would it take to just fix this problem completely? He said, well, boy, you pretty much just have to scrap the whole bus system that's there now because you can't get the parts, the maintenance is a big issue. I said, okay, well, what would that look like? Suppose we just started from scratch and just did an entire fleet of electric buses. And he went on his phone and he did some math and he was like, you know, we could probably get a good fleet in place for about $30 million. First thing I thought was like, what? $30 million? That's nothing. Right? So I said, even if you double it, right, even at $60 million, that's nothing. I mean, you have people globally that write checks to foundations and charities for that type of stuff. So imagine now a scenario where we could work together. We could work with some of our partners. So IDB is one of our partners, World Bank, GCF, etc. Plus some access that we have to private capital. Put in an entire new fleet and make Bermuda become the first 100% public EV country in the entire world. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Round of applause for how cool that would be. Right?
Very cool.
So then we started talking, and then a friend of mine from OECS said, you know what? Barbados, they're having an issue too with public transport. The buses are old, can't maintain them, etc., etc. So then we said, okay, well, why stop at Bermuda? Why not look at Barbados also? So that's a part of the reason why I came down here. I met with their new Prime Minister 3 nights ago in St. Lucia. The OECS Commission had a dinner. I sat with 8 Prime Ministers and had a conversation, did a full presentation, etc. So we're keen on exploring that, and I have some meetings tomorrow night and Saturday to try and look at it. Now, this GQ looking guy in the back of the room there, Xavier, I met a year ago by accident. A mutual friend introduced us, and he came and we met, and he's like, oh, I have this vision, this plan for electric vehicles. And I'm like, okay, cool, let me see how I can help. He's gone through in Jamaica, he's done a study, they've run vehicles, they've done the analysis, they know what the payback is like for it. They can calculate, you know, the efficiency, the gains, and fuel savings, and all that type of stuff. So you have bright Caribbean-born people, overseas exposure in Canada, who's doing this thing and who has the knowledge and the expertise. So I've now adopted Xavier as my lead on EV, because I don't really know that much about it, I'm learning. So these are the types of partnerships that I'm just trying to explain, where we meet somebody, a conversation will happen, and it sparks an idea, and we're just going to be like, yes, let's work together to try and solve this. Again, we haven't, further the discussions about Bermuda, but I have a meeting with the Premier coming up in a couple of weeks to explore it. But that's the spirit that I want to leave you with. It's one of collaboration. We're all from the Caribbean, we're all in the Caribbean, it all means everything to us, and we all have the same challenges. But typically, as my friend pointed out, it's the politics that usually holds us back. Each individual country trying to get ahead of somebody else and be the star, and we're past that now. We have to really collaborate. Okay, and it is the mindset shift that we need. So we want to play a role in terms of bridging the gap with private sector capital, because as I said, all of you are already in touch with the multilaterals, right? We have meetings coming up. August 11th, I go to New York. There's a group that we're meeting with there. The only person that is really not listed in that group of high power people is Steve Jobs. And that's because he couldn't make it. Right? But when you look at that list of that group, they're called Breakthrough Energy. Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, George Soros, Bill Gates is coming out of Bill Gates' office. Right? So I met with them a month ago, and my task was to sell them on the Caribbean. Because they have unlimited funds, as you could imagine, right? And they're looking for projects, and they're looking to make a difference in terms of energy globally. So we went, and I had to say, listen, Caribbean, we're close by, and I had to explain it to them. Now, of the 25 people that were in the room, only 2 had ever been to the Caribbean. So when we're here thinking we're so super important, and then everybody knows the Caribbean, everybody knows Barbados and Jamaica and Dominica and Grenada and everywhere, not so much. People are busy in their quarters of the world doing their own thing. So I had to present the Caribbean to them and to do it in a new way. And what I did is I said to them, if you take all the smaller countries in the Caribbean, so little islands, OECS, and you add in Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, and let's even say Puerto Rico, you have 14 million people. That's the size of Belgium, right? Add Haiti, you have 25 million people. That's bigger than Australia. So if you're talking about a marketplace, add Domrep, you have 35 million people. That's bigger than Canada. And if you add up Domrep, Haiti, and include Cuba in that mix, you have 44 million people. That's bigger than Spain. Okay, so as a block, as an entire geographic area, we're a significant market. But we have to sell ourselves as a marketplace that can provide scale. Because unfortunately, none of those big investors are interested in like Barbados alone or Bermuda alone. It's irrelevant. Jamaica may even make the cut, and even still, what they're looking for is they're looking for scale. So what we do is we provide the two options. We provide the scale of 44 million, but also the small enough test markets of 60,000 or even 5,000 or 6,000 a month, right? So people can pick and choose what level of project they try to initiate. Right? There's technology that they have that we haven't even seen. They showed me some panels that look like solar panels that you put on the roofs that harvest water out of the air. And it just goes into a tank into your house. So when we are struggling about water problems and meeting with different countries and putting in pumping stations and running water pipes and all that, they're like, we have another solution. Just put that thing on the rooftop, which would work great for Bermuda. And they already have the tanks and everything, and they just harvest the water out of the air. Right? So we have to come together, work together, share knowledge, share information, but be open to new ideas, new thinking, and new ways of collaborating. So I'm very, very happy to see this group. Congrats to Devon and CARICOM for putting it together, and the sponsors who are on board. My favorite team in the world is Germany. Unfortunately, we were not off to a very good start, but we will make up soon come. All right, so thank you for having me briefly, and I'll see you guys around tomorrow, and I'm open for any questions that you might have. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Zach. And again, one of the things I want to highlight is the fact that we are always looking for new ways to do things, and we're always looking for new partnerships, and we're always looking for new sources of money. So at the end of the day, we will achieve much of